Welcome to another episode of the Blue Crew, a New York Rangers podcast on the Bleed Podcast Network. I'm your host, Jonny Lazarus, joined by my good friend, Cody Frankel, who is recovering from the Yankee season being over. But I think we just go right into that. And also, we do want to apologize for having this out on Tuesday instead of Monday. We both had crazy weeks, crazy weekends. But we're happy to get this out to you on game day. The Rangers play the Colorado Avalanche tonight. Alexander Georgiev and Dryden Hunt making their return to MSG. I'm getting off track. So, Cody, let's just go right into the Yankees. Let it out. Do your thing.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man, there's not really much to add. I think the results speak for themselves. They lost 3 games by 1 run, and they played pretty terrible, to be honest.
There is quit in New York.
So, yeah, there is quit in New York. It's actually pretty insane that they played so bad and they lost 3 games by only a run. Like, literally with 3 swings in the bat, they could have been up 3-1. Which is wild, but they're not because their manager's incompetent. And, I think until Hal Steinbrenner really grows a pair and decides to pull the plug on Cashman and Boone, I just don't think they're going anywhere.
If you were given free tickets to go to Game 4, would you have gone?
No, probably not.
That's brutal, man. I guess knowing the result, it's an easy no. But even, the fact that tickets are $20 for, essentially what's the Eastern Conference Final, that's pretty fucking sad.
Yeah, it is, especially since they were going for almost $300. So it's wild. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. We'll see how they do this offseason. I'm kind of jury's out on them until they get rid of Boone and Cashman now. This was kind of my last straw because it's just the same thing every year. I think if Judge does leave, it'll be a kind of a culture shock and culture change, but maybe that's what they need, honestly. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love Aaron Judge. I would love him back. He obviously had a really rough postseason, but I still love him back. I mean, he's one of the best players in the game and, captain of the team and so on. But listen, dude, if that's what it's going to take to get this team to understand that they can't just have 4 good home run hitters and then 4 dudes who were 2015 All-Stars that no one cares about, so be it. So we will see. But yeah, I mean, outside of baseball, dude, New York football is a wagon. The Jets won, the Giants won, the Jets just traded for James Robinson once Breece Hall went down. Very unfortunate Breece Hall and Elijah Vera Tucker went down, and 2 of their best offensive players. Breece Hall was pretty much a lock for offensive player of the year, for offensive rookie of the year. So definitely a tough one. But it shows this brain trust believes in this team that they're going out immediately and trading for a pretty dynamic running back in James Robinson. So I'm excited to kind of see what they can do. They got New England this week, who I can't stand. So I would love to beat up on those guys. It would be awesome. And Giants keep doing their thing, man. They keep winning these close games, and they're never ever gonna blow anyone out. It's just not the kind of team they are, and how Coach D built them. But they're the team that's sticks around till the last 2-3 minutes of the game, and then they make plays happen and they win the game, and that's all that matters. I mean, they're 6-1. The Jets are 5-2, and it's definitely a good time to be a New York football sports fan. So.
I didn't watch a single second of football this weekend, to be completely honest. But I did hear the Giants win was crazy. They stopped them on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Last play of the game. But who would have thought the Jets and Giants win the same day that the Rangers, Islanders, and Yankees all lose?
Crazy.
It hasn't been like that in the last 5 or so years. But yeah, New York sports definitely picking up for the most part.
I'm excited to see where football goes. Right now, the Jets have as many wins as I think they have more wins than they had last year. So, it's definitely exciting. Same with the Giants. They both have more wins than they had last year. So it's going to be exciting to see where it goes. And I watched, no spoilers for those who haven't watched it yet, but I watched the Game of Thrones finale last night. It was awesome. I thought they House of the Dragon, they really did nice with that show, especially towards the end. And it's going to be a good show to come.
I don't know how you watch so many shows at once. I feel like you're always watching 2 or 3
I literally just
shows.
named you one TV show, and we
but I know. But I feel like you're also watching Cobra Kai and you're watching all this other shit.
Bro, Cobra Kai came out a month and a half ago.
So did this, did it not?
Yeah, but this was weekly. Cobra Kai came out all at once.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry.
Yeah, brush up on your shit, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I was watching Cobra Kai. I finished that. It was like 8 episodes. You can watch that in a weekend if you have nothing to do. And then I was watching House of the Dragon, which was awesome. And the only other thing I'm watching is I started this show on Amazon, The Peripheral, which is like
I heard that's good actually.
Dude, really good. It's like episode 1 is real weird. I'll tell you that, but it finishes really strong. And then episode 2 was awesome. It's another weekly show. That's why you think I watch so many shows, because I like watching weekly shows as opposed to like binging an 8-season show. I'd rather watch like 3, once a week show. It's hard to like sit down.
Nice.
And it's like, dude, with hockey, with baseball, with football, it's like hard to sit down on any given night and just like pump out 6 hours worth of shows. So it's like nice knowing like, all right, I got this one show for an hour tonight,
Yeah, no, I actually prefer that. I know most people are the opposite. Like,
no,
right?
No, yeah, I actually don't really prefer binge shows. Usually, like more often than not, my binge show is like a show that I could just fall asleep to, like Friends,
The Office,
or like
Friends,
something like that. But
the only show I've watched in the last 2 years is Dave.
Bro, that's literally a lie. You watch Euphoria, you fraud.
No, I didn't.
You watch Euphoria.
I watched 3 episodes and I didn't like it, so I stopped.
That's not what I heard. All right, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. Dude, Dave sucks too.
When have we talked about Euphoria ever?
What did you say?
When have we talked about Euphoria?
We have.
Really?
Yeah, really. Because we've talked about how smoking hot Sydney Sweeney is.
That might have been White Lotus. I watched White Lotus.
Oh, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah,
that's what we were talking about. Okay.
I did watch White Lotus. That's fair.
Yeah,
okay.
You fraud. See, I knew it, dude.
Yeah.
And also, fun fact: White Lotus season 2 comes out next week. I'm pretty sure.
I'll enjoy. I'll watch that.
My buddy just told me that. Yeah.
Is that a binge or is that a once a week?
It's a once a week. But see, it's funny because for that kind of show, for White Lotus, I'll wait till they're all out. Till like get it on my queue. Because right now House of the Dragon just finished, and now I have.
Why is that different though?
Because it's not. You're right. But listen,
rant about how you love watching movie shows.
Let me tell you why. Because right now I have The Peripheral, and I'm like invested in that. I'm very invested in The Peripheral. So
I'm dying. I just gave you shit that you watch so many shows at once, and now you're telling me you denied it. Now you're telling me how you watch so many shows at once.
No, well, dude, I just said, just listen. What I was saying was I'll watch The Peripheral, and then once The Peripheral finishes, then I'll go on to White Lotus.
I'm cracking.
You feel me? Are you high right now?
I don't feel you at all.
Had some gummies?
I did. I took 2 happy gummies from Mindset Wellness CBD. I love them, but you are cracking me up right now. That was some funny shit, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, I know you like to fall asleep to hockey, so
I do.
For me, as much as I love Sam Rosen's voice, I don't think I could fall asleep to it. Yeah. Actually, I probably could. He has an angelic voice. I know you're more of a John Brancy kind of guy.
Power play goal, Frank Petrano.
That was a good one. Yeah. Other than that, man, I think that's really it, dude. We can dive right into an awful week from the Rangers. You can start with the Ducks if you want. I know you were at that game, right?
Yeah. But before we do that, I do want to read a quick ad from Bet Online. Basketball is back, and Bet Online remains your number one source for all your sports betting needs this season. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at Bet Online. And as your continued source for all sports wagering information, Bet Online features live betting, free contests, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports and events, whether that's NFL, NBA, NHL, MMA, tennis, boxing, or even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, all capital, to receive your rewards. Bet Online, where the game starts.
And
but yeah, let's go into Rangers Ducks. So I was there. Honestly, like I never really sit in the 100s when I go to Ranger games, but the tickets were so cheap because it was originally supposed to be the same night as Game 5 Yankees Guardians. So tickets went down so much. I paid like $115. I sat 10 rows up. It was like, a pretty good deal. That never really happens at the Garden. So, ended up going. It was great game, 6-4. The Rangers power play was buzzing. I think they scored 3 goals. Like they had 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of the game. I took the Rangers -1.5, took a money line. So hit those bets, bought this hat right after as a little reward. Meanwhile, my hockey picks are money right now. I'm 17-7 on the season so far.
Dude, Speaking of bets, I hit a huge parlay
I saw
last
that.
night.
Yeah, that was nice.
It was a football parlay, but
Mhm.
I'm really good at hockey betting. I am actually pretty money hockey
Well, your
betting.
anytime scorer is automatic.
Yeah, but football and baseball, dude, I am rough at. Okay, I should preface that football, I'm actually money when it comes to Super Bowl betting. That's usually when
Mhm.
I go in. But like
One night a year.
but like week to week betting, I am so bad, dude. And then in baseball, I'm just like an automatic loss, so I don't bet in baseball anymore. But last
Mhm.
night I just did a parlay and I needed a hit so bad. I was like 0 for my last 10 because I don't like to just do like money line whatever. I like to like go
Yeah.
like 4, 5, 6 leg parlays on every single bet.
Yeah, because those are
Um,
really good odds.
yeah, they are. I won last night, dum dum.
Well, no, okay, the odds are good, but the chances are the
Well,
probability is not
I
very high.
mean, if you're you, yeah, but not for me because I'm a G. No, but anyways, um, but yeah, so I hit that bet, and I think my next bet is gonna be maybe tomorrow night. I don't know, man. Like,
I have the over in the Rangers Avs.
okay,
All
the
over that.
over.
Over 6.5.
You
Yeah.
think we can score, man? We haven't.
Well, if we don't, Colorado definitely will. The Avs are like the best offensive team in the league right now. Their power play is 52% right now. It's insane.
Yeah.
They're 9 for 17 on power plays this year, which is like unheard of.
Yeah, that's nuts. But real quick, back to like this week.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack. Obviously, we played like pretty well against the Ducks, even though we let in 4. But
Dominated though. Absolutely dominated from start to finish.
I mean, I thought watching that ending to San Jose, like the last 2 periods, was like an NOT was just a miserable watch. I watched the whole game and I was just like clawing at my eyes, and I didn't think it could get worse. And then we played Columbus, and I mean, I don't know if you looked at Valley's like analytics
Yeah.
post, but
Yeah.
we should have won that game and we lost by 4 goals. Like that's
Yeah.
insane. We outshot them by 15. I mean, it's don't get me wrong, like their goalie's fine, but Halak's got to be better than that. I think
It's his
he knows
first
that.
win.
Yeah, sure. But
We're literally playing. Okay, so we had James Reimer with San Jose that we lost to in overtime. The Rangers had like 2 shots on goal in the third period. Then Tarasov, I'm not exactly sure how to say his last name. Tarasov comes in, lets up 1 goal, and now we're going to play Georgiev tomorrow or tonight as you're listening. And if the Avalanche win, that's 3, not really good goalies coming into Madison Square Garden and beating the Rangers.
That's 3 B- at best to C+. Yeah, no, I agree. And listen, I think this is a perfect time for Gerard Gallant to regroup the team and Captain Trouba, who we just named captain, and really get these guys to rally around themselves, because I don't think we can afford to have another game or two like we played these last 2 games. I know it's so early in the season, but like these are the times when you see good teams spiral. Like for example, the Flyers last year, remember at the beginning of the year, everybody was like, Philly's going to be good. They were like, the Flyers are going to be a good team. Like they'll be a playoff team. And they finished like the worst team in the league because they spiraled out of control, had all these things going on and so on. Like we need to show we're a strong core here, and we need to kind of like regroup and figure this shit out ASAP. I mean, D needs to tighten up. I don't know if you have anything to add here, but like, in my opinion, outside of Panarin, I don't think anybody played well that game. Like, I don't think
Which
anybody.
game, the Sharks or Columbus?
Maybe both. Like the Sharks, Lafreniere had a decent game, but
well, the Shark game, I thought everyone played fine up until the third period. Third period, I don't know what happened.
And OT, dude. OT was the most embarrassing OT I've ever watched.
Yeah, they came out buzzing though. Like their first like 3-4 minutes of that game, like they were dominating. The Sharks got a lucky goal, but it looked like it was all Rangers. Like I thought they were playing really well. They just couldn't score on Reimer. Reimer, was standing on his head for the first 40 minutes, but they didn't even show up in the third period. They had literally 2 shots on goal. Like they got too cute.
Yeah, I think like, I think offense will figure it out, right? We saw how this team exploded the first couple games, and even against Columbus, I mean, they had 31 shots on goals. Like, they didn't have a couple lucky bounces, whatever. Like, they're starting to shoot a lot, which is great. Panarin's going shoot first, which is awesome. Kako as well, and Kravtsov's back in the lineup now, which is huge. So I think the shots are going to be there. Defense really worries me. Adam's been worrying me a lot. It's just so unlike him to like play this bad. And it's not like he's playing.
Is he playing bad or is he not playing?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So this
par?
This is what I was just about to say. It's not like he's playing bad. He's just like not playing good. I mean, and not playing good, at Fox level is like excellence is the bar for him because he's such a good player, and we need to see that from him. It was really abundantly clear in the San Jose game. I just thought he was like all over the place, especially in OT. He was like falling down and missing the puck and turnovers and stuff like that. And like those are the kinds of things. And I think he knows it too. Like I'm sure he's got to know it. And I'm wondering, like, do you think if this continues, or even let's say we win against the Avs or, the game after that, like if this continues, do you think GG could potentially like swap up some D pairs and start messing around a little bit, or it's too early?
I think it's still too early. I don't see that shuffling much just because who are you putting Fox with? Keandre? Like,
yeah.
But those are probably the two best defensemen we have to break the puck out.
Yeah,
like Trouba and Lindgren can't really skate the puck out on their own.
Yeah,
Trouba does apparently, occasionally, but Lindgren doesn't really do that much. And then, Jonesy and Schneider.
You're not putting him with Schneider. Schneider can't keep up. Yeah.
So, I don't really know what you're doing there. I don't think switching up the D pairs is really the solution here. I think we're also seeing like, hey, it's only been 6 games, but this is what it's like when Igor's not inhuman.
On top of that, man, it's like, sure, you can say it's only been 6 games, but like I said, these are the games that like carry away from you. And like, if you're looking at it come April and you're like, damn, man, imagine those 2 times we lost to the 31-51 San Jose Sharks and the 36 and 46 Columbus Blue Jackets. We really needed those 4 points. Like, you can't let these kinds of points slip away. I mean, that should be, for this Rangers team that is as talented as they are, like those points should be automatic. And I don't even care that they got a point from the Sharks because they need 2 points from these kinds of teams. I mean, it's unacceptable, like once in a blue moon, if you let it slip, like the San Jose Sharks game happened and then they came back and rebounded and, fired on all cylinders against Columbus, fine, but they didn't. And I think it's really up to GG and Trouba right now to kind of get this team righted. I'm sure Trouba has something going on, to get them going.
Yeah. I mean, it's also just a little concerning the goals against, because last year, they were letting up, maybe a little more than 2 goals a game, but right now it's dead even at goals for, goals against. Like they literally have right now 3.33 goals for per game and 3.33 goals against per game. So like, there is no advantage to either side of the puck right now. Like, I think it's very similar to last year, what we talked about. Obviously it's still really early, but what we talked about last year was the issue at 5-on-5 scoring goals. Like right now, I think the team kind of goes as the power play goes.
But here's the thing. Can I interrupt you?
Not scoring. They're not winning.
Okay. Yes. But also like, no, because you saw what they did the first couple of games. I mean, dude, they were putting on 40 shots on goal. Like they weren't relying on their power play there.
They were scoring all the goals.
Sure.
I mean, they have 12 5-on-5 goals in 6 games.
Yes. So yeah.
But the power play has really driven them.
No doubt about it. I'm actually agreeing with you here that they are very heavily, power play reliant. But I do think this is a different team than last year where like, dude, they're out shooting every single opponent. That happened. I'm not kidding you. Maybe
not
once
San Jose.
Not San Jose, but they outshot Columbus, whatever. That happened maybe 1 in 10 games last year. And they're doing it pretty much every game. I just think it's a matter of like being more sound of a team. Like they need to skate harder. They need to cycle the puck more, and they need to shoot some goals in the back of the fucking net.
I love when you say shoot some goals. You sound like Russian.
I love that. No, but seriously, like I just think they really just need to tighten up on like all fronts. And, obviously Panarin's got to keep doing what he's doing because he's on pace for like 150 points. I mean, right now he's got to be top 2 MVP candidate. Like it's so early
in points right now.
Yeah. I mean, we also probably have the most games played, but
let me check that actually. 6 games.
Yeah. Probably
Curious
right
to
up.
see.
McDavid had 4 or 3 when Panarin was behind him.
The Sharks have played 8, Kraken 7, Blue Jackets 7, Kings 7, Predators 7, and there's games going on right now, so this is, all relative. But yeah, I mean most of the leagues played, up to the Blues have only played 4, so but
Yeah, but
everyone's pretty much up to the pace.
okay, and do you want to say that like cleaner?
No, it's all right. We'll leave this
Okay.
in.
Okay,
We're
6,
honest.
6, 6, 6. No, but what I was gonna say was it's funny that you were saying like obviously Panarin leads the league in points right now. Do you know who's second?
McDavid?
No, dude.
Doesn't McDavid have 10?
Yeah, somebody has 11 on the Avs.
Oh,
So we're gonna see
Nichushkin,
him
right?
tonight.
Yeah,
Yep,
Nichushkin.
Valerie.
Yeah. I knew that.
So yeah, Nichushkin. So yeah, I mean tomorrow night is going to be a great test for this team. Last season, I think all of us were constantly going back and forth saying like, could this team measure up to the Avs if they beat the Lightning? Or obviously they didn't, but I think tomorrow's gonna be a great test for them. Obviously they have a new goaltender, Alexander the Great. But let's make him not so great and let's score some goals tomorrow night.
Cannot take penalties. If we take penalties, we're fucked. Their power play is so good.
Yeah. Also, it's really tough. I wanted to touch a little bit on the Hedl injury. It's really tough that we, it's unfortunate. I don't think that hit was malicious, but he is in concussion protocol. Or
he just didn't see it coming. I don't think they either saw each other coming.
Yeah. So he's out for 4 games minimum. I feel like whenever one of these things happen to the Rangers, when they say 4 games, it's always like 6. So I would assume 4 to 6 he's out. But that being said, like, how do you think they fill his spot?
Well, I think Gaudreau moves to third line center.
Agreed.
So I'd say it's
and VZ with
Kakko.
Yeah.
Kakko, Zibanejad, and Kreider still. Then Trocheck, Panarin, and Laugh. Then probably Gaudreau, VZ, Blais.
Yeah.
And then Carpenter, Reeves, and who am I missing?
Carpenter, Reeves, and Hunt, dude. Duh. No, I'm kidding.
That's gone.
Who
am I missing?
Reeves, Carpenter.
Brodzinski, maybe?
Gauthier?
No, not Gauthier. He's in the minors.
You said no. You didn't say Kravtsov on line 3.
Oh no, I didn't say Kravtsov. So
yeah,
let's switch Kravtsov with.
Wait a second. All right, we got the top 6. Who was line 3?
Switch Kravtsov and Blais. I had Blais on the third line. Put Blais with Carpenter and Reeves.
So what's your third line?
VZ, Gaudreau, Kravtsov.
Okay. I almost you know what? That's fine. I'm still waiting for Sammy Blais to score his first goal as a Ranger. That'd be nice. But yeah, no, I agree with that. And hopefully Hedl gets back soon because I got to say, man, this guy has, proved all of us wrong and has been a difference maker for this team ever since last postseason. And he started off really strong this year as well. I'm pretty sure I saw a stat today. He's the only player on the Rangers who there's been no goals while he's on the ice through 6 games.
Yeah, he's 2 goals, 1 assist, and has been on for a goal against. I want to look at his plus minus, actually. I mean, if that's the stat, it should be +3. But Philip Hedl is a +3. Yeah.
Nice. Wow, I'm so proud of you. You know what to add.
Well, there are a couple minuses on this team, too, which are not looking good.
Okay, well, we're talking about the negative right now, but so based on what you've seen so far, like who on this team do you want to see more of?
It's funny because like last week was the total opposite vibe of what we're talking about right now.
Right. Yeah, because we were like, this team is so good. They're never losing.
Yeah. And then they lose the fucking Sharks and the Blue Jackets at home.
Yeah.
So what was the question?
Just who do you want to see more of? Like, who's some guys who we need to kind of step it up a little bit?
I think our answer is going to be the same. And we do have a fan question about this guy. Do you want, we can just go into that specific question and then come back and then go into other fan questions if you want. Or do you not want that? Because maybe your answer is different than mine.
Maybe. Yeah, just do yours and then we'll roll into fan after.
I'm going to say, and it's hard because, right, like you're thinking about last season, but for me, it's Kreider. The guys had so many chances, and this is a question that we have, but, I think last year, a lot of these games where Kreider's on the doorstep, he's gotten robbed a lot, it seems, right? Like so many times he's been at the net mouth of the crease and he just can't find a way to bury. He's got 2 goals right now in 6 games, which is solid. But from what we saw last year, it's just like, it's
Yeah.
not good. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
Like you had this 52-point or 52 goal year. Like that's like the standard is at least like you got to bury your chances.
Yep. Nope. I'm right there with you. In terms of offense, I would say it's for sure Kreider. I mean, he's the glaring hole right now that you look at, and should have 5 goals by now. But I think he will figure it out. The other 2 guys I'm going to go with here, I don't know how much you can expect really from a 4th line guy, but I think Carpenter's looked horrible since he's been on the Rangers. I think he needs to figure it out. I think he's -3 or -4. He just needs to figure it out a little bit more, and maybe that's something like just getting a little bit more chemistry with the team and his line mates and things like that. And the other guy I'm going to go with, and we just touched on him a little bit before, dude, Braden Schneider, I think looks pretty lost out there. I think he's had a very rough go to start, and I don't know if it's, again, something that, he's getting acclimated to Zach Jones being his partner and things like that, but I just think he's like taken a step back so far from what we've seen, and I don't think he's he's been that sound so far and needs to tighten up a little bit. I think he's also he might be -4 as well to start the season. So
he is. You're right on both of those. They're both -4. And you know what the worst thing about Schneider is right now?
Yeah.
How good the Dallas Stars have looked in their first couple games, and how Nils Lundkvist has 3 assists and is +2 in his first.
Don't even tell me that. Does he actually?
Yeah,
that's insane.
He's playing a lot. He's playing power play. Like he's getting ice time.
Yeah.
And listen, I was team take Schneider over Nils any day of the week.
Also, I'm pretty sure the Stars are undefeated, or they're like 4-0-1 or something.
They're money right now, and they're beating Ottawa as we speak. And my Ottinger to win the Vezina at +2,500 is off to a pretty solid start.
That is off to a solid start. And also, actually, Ottawa just scored. My boy Alex DeBrincat. What's up?
Did
he? He did.
No way.
Yeah. But that being said.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Well, they actually did.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Devils are down 5-1. Holy shit.
They're down?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they're not the Ducks, man.
You got I told you the Ducks are gonna suck.
No, the Ducks are way better than the Devils, dude, for sure.
No, they're not. No chance. But
no, I'm kidding. We'll see.
Can you kind of like give me some credit for my Pittsburgh opinion before coming in? They look pretty good.
They do look pretty good.
And they're right now.
Yeah, they look quite scary.
They look fucking amazing. They're
leading
the league in like goals for per game.
Yeah, they're like +15 through 6. Yeah, they look really good.
Averaging 5.2 goals per game.
But then again, man, it's a long season. So
yeah, of course.
Injuries happen, things happen. Like you see, we're dealing with it right now with Hedel and stuff like that. So let's see in a month if they're still, on top. But I will for sure admit it right now, they're looking fantastic. So
thank you.
But yeah, dude, let's jump right into some fan questions.
Okay. So the first one we got is from Rami Lavi, and this is directed at me. Standing by your Rangers taking a step back take, Johnny boy. And no, obviously, obviously I'm standing by it. I think it's shown this past week that this team has to, play up to their level and they can't play down to their level, right? Like you have the Sharks come in with 0 wins going against David Quinn, your former coach, and you get outshot to the worst team in the league to that point on home ice. With Igor and net too, to make matters worse. So the Sharks came into that game averaging 1.6 goals per game. And
I could never be a fraud like you.
What are you showing? Our Rangers to win the cup. But yeah, I just, it's going to be growing pains. Like you're giving more responsibility to younger guys that, haven't really had that much ice time in the NHL yet. And these are it's part of the process. Like these are things that are going to happen. And, the Rangers weren't going 82-0. Like they're going to be hiccups. It's a long season. Like, this coming week, there could be hiccups. They have 4 games this week, and 2 of them they're both back-to-backs. Like they play tonight against Colorado, tomorrow Islanders, and then they play Saturday, Sunday this weekend on the road. So
yeah,
this is another tough week for them as well. So I'm not going to go against my initial gut, and like I said, I hope I'm wrong.
Totally,
but I think there's just a lot of growth and learning to do this year as opposed to last year. Just with the responsibility of the younger guys.
All right.
Yeah, I guess.
Next,
do you want to touch on that, or you want to go to the next one? So this is what we were referring to before. Jonathan _Fry 99. Any opinions on Kreider? I think he's missed some very good chances so far this year. And I already talked about it, Cody, so I'll just hand this off to you.
Yeah, no, I think you touched on it perfectly before. I think he's missed quite a few opportunities. You've seen a couple deflections that he hasn't made, which last year he was completely money on. So I don't know if it's that hangover that he's still kind of just getting into the groove of the season or whatnot. But I'm not too concerned yet at all. I mean, if this is happening for another 20 games, okay, sure. But I do think he'll figure it out. I mean, listen, he has 4 points in 6 games. It's not like he's 0 points in 6 games. He does have 2 goals. I think we just need to kind of trust the process with him. I think when he gets hot, we all know how hot he gets. So it's just a matter of him getting there and, Kako getting acclimated to that line as well. So I think it'll be just fine.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I'm not worried yet. If Kreider has 2 goals in the first 20 games, then
we'll send a Raven.
Yeah, I send a Raven like that. But no, I do think like the power play will pick up. So let's go to the next one. It's from Puck Talk CS_podcast. Does the offensive output matter if defense has been lackluster aside from opening night versus Tampa?
Yes, it does, because you've seen in the past there have been such good offensive teams that just outshoot and outscore everybody. I mean, you can't look at Colorado, obviously, because they have Makar and they had a whole bunch of good defensemen, but there have been teams in the past that have just look at the Bruins last year. I know they didn't get that far in the playoffs, but they didn't have that good of a defensive team, and they muscled their way to the playoffs by outscoring everyone. So I do think it matters. That being said, we have 4 very talented defensemen that we need to play well in, Trouba, Fox, Lindgren, and Keandre. So I think those guys need to really step up. And, if we could just get those guys all righted and have a very good top 4, and then, Schneider and Jones, I'm sure will come into their own and keep developing and stuff like that. I think we'll be okay, but they gotta figure it out sooner than later, for sure.
I'm just trying to find that Jacob Trouba quote from last week. I mean, I think you posted in our group chat.
I
right?
did. Yeah.
We need to play fucking defense or something, right?
Yeah. No, it was just it was like
not an offensive free for all. We have to play defense too. That's a Trouba quote. So maybe some guys are just getting a little bit irresponsible offensively and not really back checking hard. Getting comfortable from last year, thinking Igor's just there to bail him out. But Igor, to this point, .901 save percentage, and let me look at his goals against is a 2.75 goals against average. So he's not lights out by any means. He's pretty average, if not below average right now.
To be fair, he's played 4 games. They have played the lock too.
But last year in the first 4 games, he had a .960 save percentage.
Sure,
below 1 goals against average. So he's going to find his game at some point. He hasn't gotten off to the hottest start. He let 4 goals against the Ducks. I think they had 23 shots. He might not be the same, but that's obviously a lot to ask for. So, obviously the offensive output definitely matters, no matter what I'd say. But let's go into the next one. And this one is directed at Cody. Sammy Hockey 36. What is one thing the Rangers can improve on? Can Cody teach them?
I can try. I'm definitely a better skater than Jonny, but I don't know if I can teach them how to get faster and be a tougher team. But I think one thing they can improve on, I mean, we've said it so much on this podcast, but they need to be better on defense. They're not going to get anywhere if they are, just letting teams kind of blow by them. They have been doing okay suppressing, shots and stuff like that. But I think there's so much room for improvement there. And then also just regaining that beautiful, beautiful chemistry they had last year as a team. I think they've been a little bit disjointed to date so far. And I think once they capture that again and, really get joined as a squad again, they're going to be so much better. And like I said, Trouba's the new captain of this team. He's the guy. He's the guy who has to unite this squad on all fronts. And I think he's doing a good job so far, but these are the tough moments that make good captains when a team is struggling, not when a team is rolling. So
are you nervous at all that the Flyers are ahead of the Rangers right now with the same amount of games played?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not think the Flyers will finish above 80 points.
Carter Hart's looks really good though.
Yeah,
Carter Hart's been the best goalie in the league so far.
sure, but Carter Hart's also like one of the most inconsistent goalies I've ever seen in my lifetime. Like him and who is the old Philly Flyers goalie dude? No. From like mid 2000s. Oh my gosh, what was his name, man? He was so inconsistent. Oh, what was that goalie's name? Whenever
Robert
they make
Esch?
Who?
Robert Esch?
No.
Ray Emery?
Ray Emery.
R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P. Did he die?
Yeah, he passed away a couple years ago.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't remember what from. But yeah, he passed away a couple years back. But let's go into the final question we got from NY Rocky 93. What do you guys think of Kreider, Mika, Bread, and the kid line being the top 6?
I'll let you go first.
Well, Heedle's out for the next 4 games, so that's not happening at least for the next week or so. Kreider, Mika, Bread, I'd be interested to see how they work 5-on-5. I don't know if it's the best situation, just because I'm trying to think who, like that leaves Trocheck, Krasov, and like Blay.
Well, it's not going to be the top 6. Having that be the top 6 is just not realistic. Because they're paying Trocheck so much money right now. He's not going to be a third line player. It's just not. It's not going to happen. That being said, the kid line would be the third line, and do you want to do that right now and like split them up, from their active lines while like Panarin is rolling and arguably one of the best players in the league right now, scoring the most points and stuff like that. Like, do you want to mess up that chemistry? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm not against it. I mean, I'm never against putting him on the top line. The Bruins do it all the time, like the Bruins do it, the Penguins do it, all those teams like that Pasta, that like Bergeron line has been Bergeron, Marchand, and is Pasta the third one on that line? Yeah, right.
Well, Marchand's out right now, so the Bruins.
No, but I mean like the last like 5 years.
Yeah, right? They've had times where they split them up, like
right. But I'm saying
kind of just
for the most part, that's been their line, and it's been like the best line in the NHL for a long time. So, I'm never against like seeing what your guys have, especially if they need a jolt like they do right now. But I don't think, knowing how GG works, like I don't think that's something he'll entertain. It's up to GG to kind of decide if he wants to do something like this. Can it be possible? Like, yeah, but I just don't know if it's something he'll actually consider because of that chemistry that Panarin's having right now on his line. You want Kreider to figure it out, obviously, but at the same time, you want to give Kakko that responsibility to have those top line minutes and, elevate his game as well. And like, it's up to them to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, it's up to them to figure it out. We said it earlier. I think it's too early to start messing with the chemistry of things and switching things around. Like, if you want to put the kid line together in some capacity, like Heedle with, one of Lafreniere or Kakko, like, sure, fine. But I just don't think putting all 3 of them together right now is in the cards.
Yeah, it's going to be mixed and matched throughout most of the season, especially when, Heedle hurt right now and all that. So there's nothing that's going to be sustained pretty much the entire year, aside from right now what looks like to be Kakko, Kreider, and Zibanejad. Like that's
what would be crazy if
what
they need, like, GG obviously agrees they need like this jolt to like really energize the team, like calling up Will Cooley. Like that would be kind of crazy because he's wheeling and dealing right now for Hartford.
I haven't even paid attention to Hartford.
I'm pretty sure he has like 2 goals in 4 games and he's looking good. So that's something to watch.
I'll trust you on that.
That's something to watch.
I'll trust you. Do you want to go into the draft segment?
Didn't Kat have a question for us?
Oh, yeah. Oh, good call. I have some DMs, actually. Forgot about that. So we have one. Good. I would have forgot. So we got one from Black Dog RVA 333, who wrote in last week. And I'm just going to read this whole thing. Hey, boys, want to clear up that my handle, the V, is actually still pronounced as an A. It's punk metal head thing, LOL. You guessed correct. I'm from Virginia. FYI, there's a bar called Sports Page with 2 locations just outside of Richmond, and it is owned and ran by the family of Zach Jones. Pretty sick. please shout them out. This is us shouting them out. Here's my question. What advice do you guys have for an out-of-towner to go see a Rangers game at MSG? I've been once when I was 7 to a game versus the Bruins, and it was a comeback win. Probably that 5-3 comeback, the stick comeback. Dubinsky had that tying goal backhand in front of the crease on Tim Thomas. Guessing it was that game. And I'd love to get back up there soon. Just wanted you guys' recommendations. Thanks, boys. LFGR. I would say, do you want to go first on this?
Sure. I was just going to say, definitely. There's a couple things you got to do, but you might eat quite a lot. The first thing you got to do is you got to grab a pregame burger at Black Iron Bar. Iron Burger.
I think he's asking what games to go to.
Okay. I thought
what would you do if you were visiting New York? Like, what game would you come in?
If you're coming to New York to see the Rangers from Virginia, you got to go to a good game.
No, go to a bad game. What the fuck kind of answer is that?
I don't know. If they're, like you got to plan your trip around that. Sometimes you can't help it. What do you mean?
That's the best advice. You got to go to a good game.
You got to go to a good game. No, I think going to a Metro game or, divisional, like rival Islanders, Devils could be really cool. Definitely.
I'm going to be more specific because you're doing horrible with this one. Okay. If I'm an out of towner right now, I'm coming November.
The prime rib, and I'm getting a beer.
I'm saying a specific game. I'm coming November 26th, a Saturday at 1:00 against the Edmonton Oilers. It's Thanksgiving weekend.
Good call. This kid's gonna leave his family and show up.
Thanksgiving's on fucking Thursday. It's a Saturday game, and I think any Saturday matinee game at the Garden is the best thing to do for an out of towner because your day is not ruined. It's a cool event during the day, and you have your Saturday night and Friday night to go out.
I'm gonna disagree because Johnny's wrong.
Good game. Go to the Rangers versus the Devils. It's a Metro Division game.
Yeah, pretty much. Other than that, weekend game's fine, but I guess you got to.
Well, if you're out of town, you're not going to a fucking.
All right. Scratch that. I would take off Monday and I would go to one of the Sunday 5:00 games, so that you have your whole weekend. You're like a little hungover on Sunday. You rally a little bit. You go to Black Iron Burger Bar. You get your burger. You get your beer, and then you head on over to the Garden for a 5:00 special. And you get some prime rib, and that's that.
Oh, you eat more after the burger?
Yeah, dude, burger for lunch, bro.
You cracked me up, man.
I know, dude.
That was the worst answer I've ever heard, but I love you.
But you loved it. It was awesome. It was
so bad it's good.
So bad it's good.
All right, so here's our DM from Kelsey, K_cat_, loyal follower, loyal listener. If you could bring back, this is a great question. I forgot about this one. This was earlier in the week. If you could bring back any ex-Ranger, played at least 2 seasons with us, that is still currently in the league, who would it be and why? And no, Cody, don't count their cap hit when deciding. This is Fantasyland. Also, make 2 picks. One based on who you just straight up missed the most, in parentheses, she put Zook. And then one that would make sense skill-wise and position that could fit in our lineup this year. This is a really, really good question. I totally forgot about it because I should have been thinking about this all week.
Yeah, I'm going to let you go first.
So any ex-Ranger that played 2 years, is he? I don't know if he's still in the league. I think he's still in the league. I might say, I don't know why this is the first name coming to my mind, but this is one that makes sense to me, and it's Brian Boyle. Really good penalty killer, really good fourth-line center. Scored goals in the playoffs. He did.
I don't think he's in the league anymore.
I don't know. I think he was on Pittsburgh last year, wasn't he?
No, he was on. He was on. Wasn't he on the Kings?
Maybe. I think he was on the Penguins last year.
No, yeah, he was on the Penguins. All
right, I'm looking at his stats right now. I could have sworn he was still in the league. If he's not, I'll change my answer. But let's see. Brian Boyle is not in the league. Fuck. All right, I gotta take that one. Okay, someone similar who's in the league still. He's injured, but he's still in the league. I'll say Carl Hagelin.
So Johnny's dumb. Bad answer.
I'm saying Carl Hagelin. I'm changing my answer to Carl Hagelin.
All right, cool. I'm going to say somebody who the Rangers actually need, who they actually wanted, who's actually a really, really good player and would help them win the cup. That's JT Miller. Nope. That's JT Miller. 100-point JT Miller. Fantasyland, he just re-signed a huge contract, so he's not going anywhere. But, if Buchnevich is a very good answer, so is Matt Zuccarello. And another guy I'm going to point to is Ryan McDonough.
That's good too.
They need
where would you put him?
dude.
Would you keep him with Fox and put Lindgren back in the third pair?
Yeah, I would absolutely
Mhm.
sorry, Zach Jones. See ya.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think who else is like still in the league that played for at least 2 years.
just look at Pittsburgh's team and look at Carolina's team. I mean, Jesper Fost, we could always use that guy.
Well, this is them right now too, right? Like I'm trying to think where they fit in the lineup. Like Hagelin, I thought is a good fit for like a third line right now.
But he's just so past his time. Like he's he's not that dynamic scorer anymore, and that's kind of what you need him for.
Mhm.
I mean, JT Miller on that top line would be insane, bro.
Yeah, he would be. That was a good answer. You're doing way better at this than I am. That's for sure.
Dude, you're giving the worst answers I've ever seen.
Now I'm trying to think like, okay, so the other player was just who we straight up miss. That's still in the league.
I mean, Zook is the answer. He's the only answer. I miss him so
honestly,
much.
this might be a stretch.
Cute little man face.
Yeah, he was the best. I was never like a huge Zook. I mean, he was great, but like I was never like obsessed with Zook.
Neither was I, but he was just
a lot of people were though.
Yeah,
a lot of people were. But I might say also like someone that we just missed out on like what their potential could have been with New York is Duclair. That
was a big fuck up on our part.
We got a small sample size with him. He only played like 30 games as a Ranger, and last year obviously he had a great year in Florida. This year he's hurt right now, but I think that could have been a good one just to like see how it would have panned out.
Yeah, totally. That was also a good answer. I'm trying to think. Is there like really anyone else?
I mean, Stepan, you could say, but he's not really. He wouldn't really play on this team, I don't think.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I think that's it. I think we pretty much covered the other guy I was referring to was Yandel. I know he only played for a season and a half, and I know he just retired. But
neither fit mold.
Exactly, but he was my first thought because I think he would be perfect on this team. Like Yandel from 5 years ago, not Yandel from ending his career. But all right, next question.
That's it. That's all we got. We got
all right, beauty.
We got to go into the segment.
Beauty. All right, let's end it.
No, I want to say one more thing before we leave the Rangers talk. I feel like I had two things to say.
Okay.
But I'm forgetting now. I wanted to say the schedule for this coming week, which is the Rangers are obviously home tonight as listening against the Avalanche, 8 p.m. puck drop. At UBS Arena Wednesday, 7:30 puck drop. In Dallas Saturday at 2 p.m. And then in Arizona at the ASU rink Sunday at 8 p.m. Let's just predict our scores for these 4 games for the week.
Okay.
And then we'll go into the final segment. So Rangers Avs, does Georgiev get the win in his return?
I'm going to say Rangers 4, Avs 3.
Okay. I was actually thinking the opposite. I'm thinking Avs 4, Rangers 3.
Okay.
Rangers Islanders.
Islanders stink, man. Rangers 5, Islanders 2.
I'm saying Rangers 3, Islanders 1.
Okay.
Rangers Stars.
I think this is where the Rangers run into some trouble. Stars are playing really well right now. As you saw, I think Niels Lundqvist is going to have his first goal of the year. I'm going to go Stars 3, Rangers 1.
So I'm going to agree, and I think this is going to be a goaltending battle, and I'm going to say 1-0 Stars. I think it's going to be a really low scoring, like grinded out type of game Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
And then Rangers Coyotes Sunday night.
I'm going to say this is going to be a goal fest. I'm going to go 6-2 Rangers.
6-2. I like that answer. I'm going to say the same thing. I like that. I think they'll score a lot. Arizona stinks. But then again, it is second half of a back-to-back. So
you have the Rangers going 2-2 this week, and I have 3-1.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. Agreed.
All right.
But last thing before we go to the segment, I will be at this Rangers Avs game tonight. And I know I talk about my dating life every now and then on here. We talked about it with Molly when she was. We talked about it with Molly when she was on here, and then I got my my date canceled that Friday. So hopefully this one isn't canceled as you're listening to this.
And then you had the other one who blocked you.
That never happened. I don't get blocked. That hasn't happened.
But you just get muted.
Yeah.
All right.
But no. So if anyone in here or anyone listening to this is going to the Rangers Avs game tonight and you see me, you better say nice things in front of this girl about me. Hype me up.
Can I just point out that we were supposed to go to this game together and you're a fraud? All right.
Well, you're married, dude. I'm on the hunt still. It's tough.
You'll always be on the hunt, man. You're forever hunt. Like you and Dryden for life. All right. But anyways.
Yeah.
Now on to our fun segment, the draft. So this week we're going to draft Do we want to do 3 rounds or 4 rounds?
We did 5 last week. That was a lot.
Oh, we did 5?
That was a lot, I thought. Well, let's do 3. Three's quality over quantity.
Okay. Quality over quantity. Your favorite candy. Ooh.
Favorite candy?
Ooh. Dude, you sure you want to do 3 rounds? Can you name
It also depends the setting.
Dude.
Like I like certain candies in certain places and certain times.
All right, your favorite candy. I got it. Your favorite candy at the movie theater, and you can either buy it there or you can outsource.
Ooh, I used to always stop at 7-Eleven before the movie.
Of course, dude. CVS all day.
Do you want me to go first since you went first last week, or do you want to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
So my go-to movie candy, if this counts, it's chocolate Milk Duds. That's my number 1.
Okay, mine is pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
With the number over 2. With the second overall pick in the 2022 candy draft, I am going with Whoppers.
What is that?
That's you're actually 10 years old.
What's a Whopper?
Dude, malt balls?
I thought that was a Burger King burger.
Oh God. Oh my God. Somebody help my friend.
What is it?
Dude, Whoppers.
Isn't that called a Whopper though?
The
Burger King thing?
No. Yes. I don't know. I don't have Burger King. I was always a Wendy's kind of guy, or McDonald's.
Wendy's good.
Yeah. But Whoppers, chocolate malt balls, same thing. They're chef's kiss. All right, you're up.
Well, if we're talking movies, this should count, but I don't know if you might nix this one. I'm gonna say M&M's because I put them in my popcorn and it's so good.
You would put them in your popcorn.
I do the same thing at Ranger games. I get popcorn and I put M&M's in them. It's so good.
Okay, but what kind of M&M's?
Regular M&M's.
Not the peanut ones? Damn.
No, not peanut butter and popcorn. No,
not peanut butter. The peanut.
The
M&M peanut.
Yeah, I don't put those in popcorn. I put the regular M&Ms in popcorn. I don't eat M&Ms by themselves. I only get them to put in the popcorn. That should count as a candy.
Sure.
Okay, go.
All right. I can't get over that you didn't know what a Whopper was. But for me, number 2, this is a tough one. You said Milk Duds, which is obviously great. I'm gonna go with Twix.
Okay.
Twix is so good, man.
I don't have any affiliation toward them, but I respect your opinion.
Okay.
And then third, which probably is first for most people, Sour Patch Watermelon, classic.
Wait, what'd you say was second?
M&M's with popcorn.
Oh yeah, basic bitch.
But Sour Patch Watermelon, I feel like is like always everyone's number 1.
Sour Patch is classic.
Yeah. Dude, no, but the watermelon Sour Patch.
I'm gonna feed off your M&M pick because this might be my
Raisin Brands.
Yes.
Is it?
No.
Oh, thank God.
This might be my favorite candy, actually. Just not favorite candy in a movie, but Reese's Pieces. Dude, so good. Just anything peanut butter, Reese's in general. But
actually, I have some peanut butter cups right now. I'm starving.
You should. But yeah, that's it. Do you have anything else to add? Otherwise, we can end this bad boy. And
all I'm gonna say is, if you see me at the game tonight, just say nice things.
Say nice things. Also, we're working on some big guests. Obviously, it's a little tough in season. Everybody's got their business, but we do have some big people lined up or getting close to getting lined up. So
they just gotta answer us.
they just gotta respond.
Yeah. They respond once and then they don't, and we don't hear from them.
They're like, yeah, sure, no, yeah, oh yeah, tonight's good, all right, and
there goes
nothing.
Yeah.
Just nothing. It's kind of like Johnny's dates,
Exactly. Actually,
all right, LFGR baby.
Love you guys.